welcome to Imperial Advisor, episode 16. We've got a full house today of people in the wrong places, as is traditional. Owen, we have Andy playing Hadamoto Owen. Andy is Hadamoto for the day. As Justin Walsh, we have Baz. As Andy, we have Owen, and as Baz, we have Justin. So figure that out if you're on the podcast. Good luck.
You're looking a lot more handsome today, Baz.
Oh, thank you.
Right, so basic plan is to discuss the Grand Kotei that happened at PAX, and then look at the most recent set. So we haven't discussed For Honor and Glory, and we're also going to look at into the Forbidden City, which has been spoiled at PAX. Well, it was available at PAX. So how have your games been going, guys? Have you played in Imperial Summons events over the last while? I know there was one I was playing at here in London the weekend before last, which was really good. Well done to Alexi and all the others. Justin, what have you been up to? Did you run an event this time?
Yeah, we did. I did. It was good. Yeah, good turnout. I think it was about 13 players, 14 players again. And yeah, we saw running new roles and everything like that. So there was a bit of a change for the last time. Everyone seemed to have a really good time. Yeah, Phoenix have taken a bit of a hit, it feels like. So kind of eagerly looking forward to the new packs as they come out to see where Phoenix go from here.
All right. Yeah, Andy, what about you? I know you've been traveling a lot. Have you had much time for games?
I have. I've been able to sneak in a few games with a buddy of mine, just mostly testing for. We're gearing up basically for the Kotei in Ireland in January. So we're taking the long prep for that one because I don't get much tournament play here in Berlin. But basically I've been playing a lot of Lion, just trying to get savvy with them. A little bit of Scorpion to try and get on top of the meta because Scorpions seem to be a power clan. He's been playing a lot of Dragon and Crab just to try and get a handle on those things. And it's basically been a lot of figuring out the game and a lot of sort of figuring out how I can get the most power out of Lion. Looking at the new cards as they come out and trying to figure out decks. I mean, I have a Phoenix deck on the side as well. That's going to be my secondary clan until Mantis comes along at some point. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying here? So I'm going to be looking. Phoenix is the more inspiring to me. I think there's a lot more room for something interesting in Phoenix than there is in Lion. I think Lion has some very clear power decks and really powerful stuff coming in the pipeline. So it's going to be relatively straightforward to bring a deck together with Lion.
All right. Baz, how about you? Have you been getting on?
Yeah, I've managed to get a few games in. I've been slowly creeping some of the new cards into my Dragon deck to see how they're performing. Finger of Jade is doing a sterling job, and I've actually realized that I haven't been playing it to its full potential. I've been using it to protect my super unit, which has been great, but really what I need to be doing is protecting my Knit and Adept, which keeps getting assassinated, but that'll fix that problem. And I've moved over to the Pathfinder's Blade. Now that has come out to try get more mileage out of the Knitting Master. And the Crab Splash is a lot of fun. Crab have some fun cards. I'm trying out some of the weird shenanigans, like trying to charge in and then reprieve a Knitting Master and get as many conflicts out of it as possible. So that's where I'm at the moment. It's weird kind of getting in the one or two drip cards and trying to remember that the real environment is still 4 packs away. But I'm having fun with the new cards.
All right. And Owen, you're back in Ireland safe and sound. Have you been a bit burnt out from all the travelling and testing and stuff? Or?
Mostly just busy. I got a little bit of play. I got to one Imperial Summons. I'm going to get to another one this weekend. Just trying to grab. I'm still encountering that inconsistency problem. I had a game where basically it was just like, yeah, it's everything keeps flipping wrong. I clearly need to,
Get good.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I
get
don't
good.
know. Could be. I like. It's just like, yep. You talk to some of the people I play, and they're like, "Wow, you got all your stuff in the wrong order." And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." So yeah, don't know, but we'll keep working on it.
Cool. So obviously last weekend was Kotei at PAX. Did you guys get to watch much of it? Baz, I know you did a bit of a write-up. What was your PAX experience?
Well, I watched a little bit of the finals. The Six Ring podcast were doing some coverage, but I didn't actually have the opportunity to catch a lot of it. But I was trying to see what was going on every so often when I had a chance. So I was there for the kind of when they were getting the top 16 and we were getting those numbers in, and then kind of watching as those figures slowly dial down to just one winner. So that was really interesting, and obviously because I'm rooting for Dragon, I was super pumped in the top 16 round, and less so as top 8 progressed.
Yeah, and so Baz has done a write-up, meta check for PAX 2017 on the Imperial Advisor website, which is worth a check out if you just want to see how sort of player numbers turned out and how the sort of, if you want to check out the brackets to see how the different clans did, it's worth looking. It's got also some of it's got the winning deck list as well if you're a crab looking to give that a spin.
Yeah, Stephen posted it on 5 Rings DB, which we're linking to, as well as showing the actual deck list. And as we start getting a few more of them, we'll put those up as well.
Cool. Owen, did you experience much of the event?
Watched a bit on stream. Big story for me was Scorpion powering up hugely for Worlds on foot. If you look at the numbers they had in the cut and the top 16, massive. They were, I think, 5 or 6 of the 12 that went 6-1 or better were Scorpion. So you have to look at that, and yeah, like you have to respect that the Seeker of Void choice is not the lemon.
Even after being crippled by the choice of Seeker of Void.
If you look at their performance at Worlds and you look at their performance at PAX, there is a world of difference there. You know? It was. You can just look at it and you go, look, they're a lot more consistent now. They're a lot tougher to attack into, and that's a major factor. I've been following some of the other stuff that happened around there. Interesting. A lot of difficulties with rulings. And some difficulties with software as well. And just for infrastructure from a streaming point of view, Six Ring were doing their best, but the fact is the wireless there is going to be massively overburdened.
Yeah.
And it was. So you're going to have all the problems of that.
And just from a selfish Scorpion point of view, did you see what sort of decks the Scorpions were playing? Was it variations on John/Mark's deck, or was it more like Brad's or Drop Bears or some of the other Scorpion archetypes?
I think they were mostly skewing Dishonor, I think. But I didn't see that many Scorpion games.
Yeah, fair enough.
And again, watching it on the stream was an exercise in small amount of frustration. You know.
So the top 4 has been posted. Or sorry, the top 4 Scorpion deck did get posted. And this is my first time actually looking at it. It's saying it is a controlled deck. But all of their wins were by Dishonor, but they weren't necessarily bidding one every turn. So I think they're holding themselves open to options. But it's Dragon Splash. Looks solid. Yeah.
Yeah, I know one of the undefeated from Swiss decks was pretty much that something very close to Mark's deck. I think without Spies at Court, but with extra fans and katanas.
Yep, that looks like it.
Yeah. And Justin, how about you? Did you catch much, or any sort of takeaways from what you've seen in the results?
No, I didn't catch any of it at all this time. But the big takeaway is that Secret Void is really good because the collapse in Phoenix, or the rise in Scorpion, correlates pretty much exactly to the collapse of Phoenix. Yeah. So basically the big thing that Phoenix had with Secret Void was 4 excellent provinces, which were easy to defend. 3 of the 4 of them gave you a fate boost, which again made it even easier to defend. So the significant problems that Phoenix had in terms of statting and just their general mechanics, you had that additional buffer to get past the first turn or 2 turns and basically get yourself into the game where you could establish yourself, and that's gone now. And so a lot of the drawbacks and the significant drawbacks of Phoenix have been laid bare, and so you are now seeing the consequence of that, I think. So, as I said, I'm very eagerly very eagerly scanning the new packs, looking for, just looking for what Phoenix is getting to basically see how Phoenix can redesign themselves to be competitive. Because at the moment, certainly playing over the last couple of basically playing since Phoenix have moved to Keeper of Water has been very, very frustrating. I mean, even with Secret Void, it was tough to win with Phoenix. With Keeper of Water, I found it very, very difficult. Yeah, every game is even more of an uphill struggle than it was, which is not to say that Phoenix can't win. They're still capable of winning. But the gulf between, I think, the 4 really good clans and Phoenix has widened quite a bit. So that would be my experience.
And Andy, what are the sort of takeaways from you when you sort of look at how that played out?
I just took a more of a broader look at what was going on with the meta and with, and I think you basically see the solidification of the top tier. I mean, we caught a glimpse of it at Worlds. It's now one extra pack into. It was the additional pack was legal for packs, right? No, it was still a 3-core. Still 3-core?
But with the new roles.
With new roles. I mean, you're seeing sort of a solidification of what the original top tier is. I mean, you're getting a very clear picture of the top 4, and it's very clearly Dragon, Scorpion, not in no particular order, Dragon, Scorpion, Lion, and Crane. So with a smattering of everything else, just because of the system that they're running, just because they were still allowing top of clan into the cut, right? That was still a thing, or was that not a
fact? Top two.
Top two. So top 2 make the cut. So you're having a pretty good distribution of clans in the top cut, but then as soon as it goes to the next round, you see all of the cream rising to the top, and it's just, I mean, it's very, very clear who the strongest and who the power clans are at the moment. And I think as we're seeing more of the cards get spoiled from the additional sets and the additional expansions, it's a little, it's a little bit scary, we'll say. But we'll get onto that pretty quickly, I'm sure.
Yeah. And maybe just, Eoin, what's your take on seeing Crab rise to the top? I'm guessing that maybe caught you by surprise based on some of your sort of views in your article recently.
My issue is that I never argued the Crab were terrible. My argument was the Crab were inconsistent. And basically, if you look, apart from the winner, the rest of the Crab are firmly mired in basically often losing the game to a bad flip and losing the game to God Draw. And with the way the cut is structured, that's you out of the tournament. Now, for whatever reason, the winner is the winner, and that, not to take away anything from him, but if you look at every other crab player, like, your other argument is every other crab player is terrible, and I think that's rubbish. I think they're inconsistent, and for whatever reason, everything aligned for him. That was great. Everything kept going. Awesome. And that's my takeaway from it. I think they're inconsistent. I think they're very good sometimes. I think if you get your guy, like if you get your big guy, you get your Witch Hunter turn 1, the Kyle Envoy turn 1, and you've got an Assassination away out of Crab in hand, you're pretty much set against nearly everything. Mm-hmm. But if somebody goes, like you're playing against Crane, and maybe Crane go and you attack and you hit you're going second a lot. You're in a much stronger position. You got mountain does not move. If everything keeps aligning for you, awesome. But when it doesn't, I think everything can go downhill very quickly. If you get hit by an early, if you invest a lot of fate in your Cooney Witch Hunter and she gets cloud minded on turn 1, that's a lot of pain. If you get hit with a kill effect on her that you haven't put down a reprieve for, that's a lot of pain. And yeah, like if you can get stuff rolling, if you can build up your board, awesome. But when it doesn't, I think you're very middle of the road.
And so maybe just to like challenge that a little bit, because you can definitely understand that I haven't played with or against a crab to sort of have a view, but it seems like even through inconsistency, he's managed to get through a lot of rounds and knockout. And do you think that's just?
Absolutely.
I mean, gotta give him some credit, I guess, as well.
I'm not taking anything away from him. Basically, I'm just saying, yeah, maybe. But we'll see. If every other Kotei is won by crab, I'll eat crow. I don't think it will.
I mean, I got to back Owen on this, and I don't see crab as one of the top tier just because of the inconsistencies.
Sure.
And again, the guy must have played insanely well. And maybe the stars aligned. Maybe he's just a good player. And I would believe that there's definitely a lot of him being a good player and a little bit of the stars aligning for him. I mean, tournament wins are always like you need some amount of luck to get and some amount of consistency. And you need to have good play. So he deserved it.
Awesome. All right. So maybe just while we're on the topic of Koteis, does anyone have plans to go to Madrid, or is it maybe out of scope for most of us?
Myself and a bunch of the other Irish players are going over to judge at Madrid.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
The call has been put out, and we're heading over to help out.
Some quality judging. The game sorely needs it.
Well, we're bringing John Butler, and John's the best, so we're all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
My plan is to translate for John, and John will handle it for us.
How's your Spanish, Owen? I didn't realize
terrible,
you spoke Spanish.
Terrible. But John just struggles super hard relaxing. So my plan is I'm going to translate them into Irish. By that I mean English, and everything else will be grand. So I'll tell him what the person asked, then he will tell me the answer, and I'll translate it back. It's all good.
Excellent. No, that's great. Be great to have someone on the ground.
Yeah, it's how actually John likes to play his games. He constructs a deck, gives it to someone, and gets them to play it for him. So.
and gets to choose the winning role and stuff as a result. He's just classic Scorpion, power behind the throne.
Yeah, he's the archetypal Scorpion player.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Anyone else going? Not going?
Nope. First one for me will be Warp Gone.
Not for me. Same for me. Yeah. First one will be January.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, it'll be good to. I think everyone's going to be there in Cork, so it should be good fun.
Yeah, should be amazing.
So I think maybe we can move on to packs and start with For Honor and Glory.